Hello everyone, this is Kieran and welcome to today's gaming video. I do apologise we've not got our regular content, which is the Star Wars Let's Play that we usually run. That's purely because me and my son didn't get around to recording it. But what we've got now is one of my first, well, it's my first win on an online battle on Total War Warhammer. Now I've played about eight matches and I've pretty much been battered in all of them. But I'm bringing this one because it is my first win and it's special. I'm not going to just show you all my wins. I'll quite happily show you some of my losses, but it was so close. I really nearly messed it up, and that's been the problem. I've been a bit too gung-ho with my lords, really, and I just, especially with the vampire counts, obviously then your army pretty much crumbles once they're not on the playing field. So yeah, it's certainly difficult to get used to. I consider myself quite a competent, not a great, but competent campaign player, so taking a jump into online battles was something I'd sort of toyed with for a while. I mean, I'd done it on Shogun Total War, but I've never really done it. I've never really pushed myself to do it, so I did. So anyway, let's take a look at the army compositions and let's get into this one as quick as we can. So we're playing the Empire, and actually this player playing against the Empire, sorry, and I'd actually played this player early on and he absolutely destroyed me, so I think he was expecting another easy win, but we didn't give it him. So our units, what we lined up with, this is, by the way, it's a Ninja Hood guide recommended build, so for newer players, so I stuck with that. So we got one Skeletal Warriors upgraded to rank 2, and then we've got the Sternsmen Graveguard, Cairn Wraiths, another 2 units of Sternsmen, another 2 units of Graveguard, another 2 units of Skeletal Warriors, 3 units of Crypt Horrors, 2 units of Blood Knights, and we have Manfred. Manfred's on his Hell Steed. I actually meant to get him on one of his... no, he's not. He's on the Barb Steed. I actually meant to get him on his Hell Steed, but I had set it up wrong, and I think the cost was... I just couldn't afford to do it. So he's on his... He's also got all his abilities and Invocation of Neek and Raise the Dead as his spells. That is it in terms of spells. Our opponent here lines up with some the Royal Altdorf Demigryph Knights, so the Regiment of Renown ones, some Spearmen with shields upgraded to level 3, the Templar Luminarch, which is the first time I've actually come up against the Luminarch in a battle, so that was interesting. Sigma's Swords, so another Regiment of Renown, General of the Empire on his Griffin, I think it's a Griffin, isn't it? And he's got the Handgunners, and then the Regiment of Renowned Silver Bullets, one Great Sword, another Spear Infantry, and one Halberd, Spears with Shields, by the way, and then Amber Wizard on another Griffin. So anyway, let's get into this. Let's get this battle started. So it took me a little while at first. I'll just speed it up slightly because I was slightly playing around setting up and I kept pressing the wrong button, the Alt button. I wanted to obviously face my line with him. I think he didn't know if I was going to come at him, but he gets a shot off with the Luminarch straight away because I was taking too long, straight into the Cairn Wraiths. So I pop an Invocation of Neek because I know they're going to be important to me at breaking that line. He brings his Amber Wizard forward, probably just to scout what we've got. And we start to push up, and I keep my Blood Knights. I'm trying to come around here. I'm watching for these Demigryphs. You can see obviously the Cairn Wraiths have taken a bit of hit straight away. That's pretty much took well over half their hit, and their leadership's dropped significantly. So my aim now is just to get my lines up, my Sternsmen and my Graveguard up into his line, just to start doing some damage, pin them down, using my Cairn Wraiths then to help, using my Cairn Wraiths and my Crypt Horrors to strike some fear into them and to really break them. For some reason I didn't flank with that unit. I should have flanked with his second unit, and I ended up putting him in a ball and a mass. So we're coming along here, keep an eye on these demigryphs. I know they're going to try and make a charge soon. My main aim is also to try and draw in his general. He's dropped some buffs on his gunners. That's another thing I really do not do good at the minute, is dropping buffs. So we're charging our Crypt Horrors, get some crunches in here. He's dropping more debuffs onto me. I'm not sure the exact ones. I don't know all the spells yet, so I will learn them as I go along. Like I said, I'm pretty new. I don't really debuff or drop buffs in that much. So we've still got our two Blood Knights in, coming round slowly. He's dropping in with his Amber Withers, which is a bit weird because they're not great for attack, but he's just obviously trying to cause some fear. He brings his demigryphs in, and then that's when I decided to charge my Blood Knights in. He misses with that Luminarch shot, oddly. He also dropped his. I also brought Manfred in to go and try and do some damage against his Amber Wizard, which results in him attacking me here. And I think I'm going to take quite a little bit of damage here because I charge these in and forget completely about the Pistoliers. But I have dropped some zombies, raised some zombies to try and hold them down a little bit and keep them. He then pops the I forgot the name of it. The wed holds me in place, so I bring Manfred over just in case anything gets too out of hand here. Keep the leadership up. I've also dropped some more zombies in to around the front and the back of his great swords again to cause some fear. He's brought his Amber Wizard in, and Manfred takes so much damage here. I don't know why he doesn't go for this. He's pretty much breaking. This is a key point. He could have won this battle. And he pulls his Amber Wizard out oddly. Drops some more debuffs on me. I don't know whether he's just trying to let me survive a little bit. I don't know. But I then bring my demigryphs up to try and deal with their Pistoliers, handgunners, and the Temple of Luminarch. I pull Manfred out. Drop some Raise the Dead just in case something comes in behind him. Allowing him to get some much needed heal up. And this is the key turning point. He misses that Luminarch shot there on Manfred because I'm moving him pretty much sideways. And that's his point where he probably loses this match. If he'd have killed me off, we'd have broke pretty easy. Kieran is still surviving. I pull the Blood Lights out just to protect Manfred. And we're taking a lot of damage, but his Amber Wizard has broken now. Some of our units have really cracked into his infantry, and we started to break his infantry. I see that these units are moving up, so I pull them back. I want to break these great swords as quick as can, because obviously we're taking crumbling here with our skeletal warriors. We also go in for a little charge on his general here, which again, I'm not sure I should have probably done that, but Manfred had built up a little bit. He's healing him a bit. And now obviously I'm dropping some buffs on the Sternsmen. I'm using Invocation of Neat to give them some healing. And I'm immediately going to turn my Kern Wraith straight onto the Temple of Luminarch. He pulls his general out and we decide to chase him off. Our Blood Knights are doing the damage here. Obviously they're anti-piercing and anti-large. So he's running away, but again he could nearly kill me here. He's still got a couple of demigryphs left. I think like literally 3. We pull out again, and that's where I make another mistake here, because I'm not watching what's happening. We pull out to deal with his demigryphs. He manages to come back in and do some major damage to Manfred here. We do get a little bit of healing. Manfred survives a little bit, but this is where, again, I think I was quite lucky to survive this match, because he pulls him out again, which gives me the time to get Invocation of Neek again and replenish a little bit of health. We then chase off the Luminarch with the Cairn Wraiths and the Crypt Horrors, and we're just pretty much breaking his army. His army is done now, but he could still do enough damage if these come back, regroup, because he goes again for Manfred, and I think at this point he pretty much kills Manfred, which I don't know why I left him in. Sorry, I was moving the camera angle around a bit too much. I was moving him in. He drops obviously the holding spell again to keep me in place, just so I don't come after him. I mean, we've still got lots of numbers. Everyone starts to break and rumble, but we're already chasing units off, crumble, and then I just literally just grab all this army here, all this in, just to come around him, just to quickly and hopefully break him before we crumble. Use my already wavering Demigryph Knights to put in another big hit on him. Not major, but they do enough damage to make him break, and then he just crumbles, he just wavers and good. Which is obviously my first win, so I was pretty happy about it. It wasn't great tactically, I was getting things wrong, I'm still pretty new to this. And my microing needs a lot of work. I mean, he did most of the damage. Look, if you look, he did some great damage with some of his units, especially the Great Swords. 178 kills on them 2 units of Skeletal Warriors. I probably should have used a Graveguard against them, and I would have done more damage. But the Sternsmen did some okay damage, along with the Crypt Horrors, and the Blood Knights did well, but they mainly did damage against the Demigryphs, who did quite a bit of damage against me. 8-1. Manfred was pretty much just there to harass his general and Amber Wizard, and it worked out. So, my first win, first major win. I'm looking forward to playing more. Thank you to my opponent, obviously. Like I said, he'd played me before and he absolutely crushed me, so I wasn't expecting to do too good. But I did okay, and I'm pretty pleased with it. Now I'm learning more to use the vampire counts, I think, to improve with them, so I can start to improve my microing before I start to learn other factions a little bit more. And I really need to get into knowing more about the debuffs and using the debuffs more. But if you like this, please do like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back with some more battles soon, some more online battles very soon. I'll show you some of my losses as well. I'm not afraid to show them. I make a lot of mistakes and I'm still learning. So if you've got advice as well, please leave some.